Gold prices. Same as what I noted yesterday. At the end of the day, we came down to a very key area of liquidity, 4K towards 3.9K. Markets don't move in straight directions. We've had a bit of a technical correction. We had a bit of consolidation going on. Right now, this is a bit of consolidation pullback. Price looking for that potential lower high before we get that continuation to a lower low. So, yeah, keep an eye on this region as we pull back in towards sort of 40, 50, 4100 liquidity. At the end of the day, nothing has changed. Just to make it very clear, nothing has changed on a macro level. If anything, things are still even more inflationary, but markets are going to be waiting. Obviously, at the end of the day, markets don't move in straight lines. We've had these big moves for the US dollar. So it's only natural that we get that profit taking, that technical correction coming into play, into motion. Now, when you look at yesterday, this sort of reinforces where inflation's at right now. When you look at a number of metrics, for example, the GDP price index, price of goods and services that make up the GDP number, elevated 3.6%. Personal income, personal spending, elevated. Okay. So, but what markets are looking for is that fresh batch of data since Kevin Warsh's first batch of data as the chair. So next Thursday, remember, we've got the non-farm payrolls, and then a couple of weeks after, we've got the CPI number. So this is all data for Kevin Warsh to review as the chair. But as I say, this could pull all the way back while we produce that lower high. So keep areas of liquidity initially for me are being capped at sort of 40.50 towards 4100, but the pullback could come a little bit deeper before we get that resumption to the downside. Nothing's changed for me, as I say. At some point, at the end of the day, this is a big area of liquidity. At some point, I would like to see this being ground down. It's just a moment of time. Just this is the time where traders become patient. But if we do break down, for me, it's a case of when, not if, in my opinion. But let's see that we break this down and we drop down to the next key area of liquidity, which is 3.5 to 3.3K. But guys, for ongoing analysis, trade ideas, and keeping finger on the pulse with things like this, and looking at the catalysts that are going to break this down, so on and so forth, you can check out the KenMacro desk. Catch you on the next one.